What's up, y'all? I'm Alden. Today I played Punk Therion at our locals here at King's Landing, so we can go ahead and get into it. So it's pretty standard in terms of the punks. You play the 3 Zeomin, the 3 Foxy Tune, your 3 Ogre Dance, and then your 1 Chartreusai and 1 Deer Note. I think it's pretty standard and optimized at this point. Obviously, Chartreusai allows for Foxy Tune to be a 1-card starter to get you into your full King Calamity combo, which is really, really nice. I might put in another Deer Note because it's really funny with Bull, the Therion that's a warrior. You can special summon it and allows you to get a lot of recursion, but mostly this is just Advantage Engine to mill anywhere from 5 to 9 cards and then set up your King Calamity. Also, of course, a part of the Punk engine is just your 3 E-Telly's busted cards should not have ever come back to 3. Doesn't make any sense to me. Therion package, I think I'm running a slightly smaller Therion package in terms of monster than some people. I'm playing the 2 Regulus, the 3 Lily, and then just the 1 Bull and the 1 Foom. I know people have been playing the Bull, the Foom, and the Duke, but Duke is kind of just trash. Yes, it protects your monsters from being destroyed by monster effects, but if you're in that position anyway, where you don't have a Regulus or something to negate it anyway, you're probably going to lose. These are both really nice. This allows you to pop on your turn. This allows you to bounce on their turn. Depending, when I win game 1, I usually side this out because I'm assuming that I won't be able to have the opportunity to set it up. Then I play the usual 3 field spell, literally the best field spell in the game that's not just like a floodgate field spell with like Zombie World or Mystic Mine. It has 3 points of interaction, lets you add a card on activation, allows you to protect a monster by sending one to the graveyard, and then if any monster, yours or your opponent, is destroyed, you can add a Therion from your graveyard to your hand, so it sets up a lot of plays. Endless Engine, probably the best card in the deck. This card is good.
How you played around my Mystic Mine.
You literally can't deck out a Mystic Mine unless they're to go and hit all 3 of these with DD Crow.
And we almost did. We were 1 short. We were 1 short.
And so this just allows you to really maintain so much advantage. It combos really well turn 1 with Jet Synchron because you can pitch it off of Lily or off of Jet Synchron, and then you can add it back during the end phase. And so it just allows you to really gain a lot of advantage. The 2 other Therion spell and traps I play 1 charge and 1 stand-up. I'm playing stand-up over Cross because I think stand-up is just a really good card to regain advantage. It has 2 effects. When you play it, you can special summon the Therion from the graveyard, then equip another Therion from the graveyard to it, or you can banish it from your graveyard to equip a Therion from your graveyard to one you control. Today was really, really nice to allow me to equip a Regulus during their standby phase and then be able to very, very easily go for game just because I would have the negate on board. And then charge is just because you get to draw 2 cards and sometimes things are bricky. The hand traps that we play 3 Infirm because it's all around a great card, 3 Valor, also a great card, and a target off of Chaos Ruler. Then we play 2 Nib, 2 Ash, and a Ghost Ogre. This would be a 3rd Ash if I could find a 3rd Ash, but honestly it was really nice today to be able to E-Telly into this on my opponent's turn and just have an extra negate on board if I needed it. Nib was fine. Maybe might put it back in the side deck because we were at 42 today, and I probably would have been happier just at 40 with Nib elsewhere. And the last 2 main deck cards just Synchron and Called By. Generally great cards. No idea why this became
Love this card. This card is so fun in Orcus.
This needs to come back to 2 at least because hand traps are too strong right now. And that is the main board. It is 42 cards. Like I said, I'll probably take out Nib, and then I might add a second Deer Note because perfect. Extra deck, we play your usual Exceeds, I guess, maybe not. I play a Zombie Vampire for your combo, Ding because it's your answer to Mirror Jade.
Shout out to Orcus.
Then we play Hope Harbinger because it's great answer to spells. Knight Felgrand because he's a great turn 1, just blind rank 8. If you really your board gets interrupted, you just have to go into a rank 8. Zombie Vampire's not doing it. Felgrand just allows you usually to last another turn. And then of course the Zeus because all around great card if things go rough. I'd maybe take out Hope Harbinger if and put in Psychic and Punisher if I was able to get one today just because
I do have one question.
Yeah.
So, did you at all today use the Ding to attach the Banished Jet Synchron at all, or no?
I had never done it to attach the Banished Jet Synchron. What it did come up, though, was it attached a Regulus that ended up getting banished, which was really nice, and then be able to recycle it back into the graveyard.
A lot of people forget about that hidden effect right there to attach.
You play the 1 Fusion because it just allows, this is a card that lets Foxy Tune become a 1-card starter. You Foxy Tune into Zeomin, add your Chartreusai, which then can let you Fusion summon with it it this, and then you contribute this to get your Zeman and Deer Note and go full combo. Chartreuse, like I mentioned before, also is really, really great because you can synchro during your opponent's turn, and people forget about that. And when you are synchroing during your opponent's turn, the usual target you will go into is your Amazing Dragon. This card's super underrated. It's just like Miststorm functionally. When it's summoned, you're able to return cards equal to the number of level 3 psychics with different names in your graveyard. It has a second effect, and each effects are, you can only choose to use one of them. The second effect allows you to special summon a Punk from the graveyard. That effect only came up once today whenever I was pushing for access code and just needed an additional body on the field. Then we play your usual Baron, because obviously these are just two really, really great synchros. Then you play the cards that are just for your King Calamity, Archfiend line, which are your Formless Synchron, Pega Ruler, Archfiend Abyss, and then King Calamity. Obviously, Pega Ruler is the best synchro in the game. Literally ridiculous. Milling 5 cards is so much advantage. And then you go into your Hot Red, which is nice, and then Formula in order to go into King Calamity. And lock down all the extra deck. And then I only play the 3 Exceeds, which are, Links, which are Hulk, Unicorn, and then Access Code Talker. I would maybe replace Unicorn with Selene, although I do like the additional removal, but Selene does make it a lot easier for you to go into Access Code if things get a little bit rocky. I'll say this side deck is really strange because my friend was playing with my other deck, and so I let him use most of my side deck stuff. So, yeah. We have the 1 Harpies and the 2 Cyclone for backer removal, Floodgates, Mystic Mine, pretty standard.
Shout out to Mystic Mine.
We play 3 Dark Ruler and 3 Regeki because we really, really dislike our opponents having boards.
That's going to be great in Spite format.
Really great, just going second, just side in all 6 of them against combo decks. Then the last 6 are just 3 D-Barrier and 3 TC-Boo. I think people forget how strong TC-Boo is with this deck because everything is different. The only things that interlap are like some of your synchros with some of your Therions, but usually your inboard is, the only thing this affects on your inboard is you would be able to have Jet Synchron and Regulus on the field at the same time. But other than that, you can still really set up your whole thing. After you King Calamity, you just flip TC-Boo and you kind of win most matchups. And D-Barrier is D-Barrier.
Yeah. So, like I said in the last 2 videos, be on D-Barrier. Even if you have your doubts and you're like, well, I don't know. Yes, be on D-Barrier. D-Barrier stops his own deck, stops almost every competitive deck right now.
This deck, I think,
only Thunderies dodges it.
This deck is one that's less affected by D-Barrier solely because, as you saw, we're a deck that
you can play
we play all 4.
monsters.
We play all 4, and so it does make it a little bit easier when you get D-Barrier to refigure out what a different line would be.
Usually when you see the Punk stuff, they'll call a synchro. There's always still a route, but it's honestly, where you'll do your most damage.
If you call synchro, that's rough, but it works out.
All right. Thanks for the profile, man.